Good afternoon, Arzu.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you.
That's good. Arzu, my name is Manisha and I work with RMIT University South Asia office.
Yes.
During the interview, please make sure you maintain eye contact with the camera. You do not refer to any reading material and you do not speak to anyone during the interview.
Sure.
Try and answer the questions in your own words.
Sure.
Now, before we start, can you please state your full name and date of birth for me?
My full name is Arzu Gaur and my date of birth is 17th of June 1998.
And what program have you applied for?
I've applied for Masters of Data Science.
Also, if you could state the name of your parents, both father and mother.
My father name is Mr. Hawa Singh Gaur. My mother name is Mrs. Kamlesh Rani Gaur.
Thank you very much. So my first question is, why have you chosen this particular course and what do you know about this course?
Okay, so if I talk about Masters of Data Science, it is, completely relevant with my previous studies. Also, I had an interest in all the statics and all, and I have been a brilliant student of mathematics since the beginning. So yes, I have that interest. And the boom that Master of Data Science has given to the industry, and the future of data science and the people who are working there is extremely bright. So if I talk about my knowledge for data science is that I wanted to learn machine learning and then data wrangling. And when I've checked my requirements in various universities and the syllabus curriculum, I find that whatever I wanted to learn is what I found in RMIT University.
Thank you so much. So that leads me to the next question, which is a little bit related to what you just mentioned. Why have you chosen RMIT to study at, and if you apply to any other Australian universities?
No, ma'am, I did not apply for any other university yet, and I have researched a lot. I mean, it's not just one university. I have served, several other universities, including University of Sydney, and then University of Technology Sydney, and this Monash University and RMIT University. So on evaluating various features of these universities and various aspects like fee structure and then ranking and their locations and admissions requirement, I found that University of Sydney, they only have this masters for just 1 year. So they do not when I checked their syllabus, they do not cover fundamentals and basics of data science, and because it's for a shorter period of time if I compare it with other universities. And then I have checked Monash University and I saw that the fee structure is quite high of Monash University. And also these universities that are in Sydney, they are extremely expensive if I talk about universities in Melbourne. And choosing RMIT specifically for my course is why it's because I have found everything which I really wanted to learn. And then RMIT University is level 1 universities, and it is one of the topmost universities in Australia with an affordable fees that they give that they ask to their international students. And then the RMIT overseas students admission numbers, it is like 46.3%. That itself speaks its success story and its prominency among international students. And I've also checked its ranking, and it stands at 14th position in Australia and 206th position globally, which is extraordinary. And yeah, ma'am, that's about it.
Thank you so much for the in-depth answer. My next question is about gaps in your study. So I can see that you completed your graduation in 2020. So
Right.
can you explain what you've done since then?
So yes, ma'am, I have completed my BSc in 2020 September, and since then I've been working with Kantar GDC Private Limited, and I've been placed in the company through college placements, and I've been working there for almost all 1.5 years now, and I've been appointed as a coding analyst there. Hello?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that. Why do you want to study this course in Australia rather than in your home country, and what interests you about Australia?
Yes, ma'am. So I have checked a lot of options, not just Australia. I've served for Canada and then USA and Australia, of course. And there are several universities that provide Masters of Data Science in USA, like Arizona State University and several other universities. So I've checked their syllabus curriculum and also the fee structure. But what I found is that USA is not, that safe for international students. I have heard few stories, and there is buzz going around that USA is not that safe. And if I talk about Canada, comparing to Australia, the education system and the fee structure is quite similar. But if I talk about the weather conditions, the weather conditions of Canada, they are not favorable to what I've been living in India, and the weather that we see in Australia is quite similar to the weather that I'm living in, that is in India. And yes, Australia, it's one of the affordable countries with quality education, and which will add something extremely prominent to my profile, having an international degree with such a good university.
Thank you. Did you mention why not in India?
Oh, right. Sorry. India, yes. So, ma'am, I feel that, Master of Data Science, it's not that, students do not have that much exposure to this course, because it's, it's really new to this country. And there are very few universities like Jain University, and, there are one or two few more that are, there is one Central University of Rajasthan that is giving Master of Data Science, and then there is Indian Institute of Information Technology as well, which is providing Masters of Data Science. But the program that are available in India, they do not have those subjects that I really wanted to learn, because that is something more theoretical. And Indian education, I feel that they do not give practical exposure to their students, and they focus more on numbers, as in marks and all, and they do not give priority to practical exposure. So I want to experience something where I can work with real-time workers, and work in real-time environment, and have that practical exposure that gives me the skill that I'm looking for. So this is the reason I am not opting for Masters of Data Science in India or any other country, and I'm going for Australia.
Thank you so much. My next question is about your family. Tell me who all are there in your family and what do they do?
Okay, so we are 6 in my family, including me. So my father, Mr. Hawa Singh Gaur, he is a retired junior commissioned officer, and then he is retired as a government teacher, but he is re-employed as a TGT in Haryana government Haryana Education Department. And my mom, Mrs. Kamlesh Rani Gaur, she is a retired principal from public school, private school, and now she is giving home tuitions to students from the time this COVID, this situation has started. So, and I have my brother, and he's living with us. He is living with us, and he's into business, and he's living with us with his wife and one daughter.
Thank you so much. Are you married?
No, I'm single, ma'am.
Right. Do you have any family in Australia?
No, I do not have anyone in Australia.
Right. So next question is about your career plans. What do you plan to do after you finish your studies in Australia?
So ma'am, I would like to take work visa, which is my legal right, subclass 485, and I would really want to have that international exposure and the that international experience in my profile, which which is going to add up so much in my profile, and which will help me to get a good job in my home country, because at the end of the day, or at the end of that phase, when I will attain a master's, and then I'll attain that small period of experience from Australia, I would really want to come back to my home country, because all my family is here, and I would really wanted to work for one of the MNCs in India.
Thank you. Have you ever had a visa refused or cancelled to Australia or any other country?
No, ma'am.
How do you intend to finance your studies?
Okay, so ma'am, my father and my mother, they both of them are sponsoring me for Australian this study. My dad is receiving pension from two departments, as I have mentioned earlier. One from the army background, and the other one from this teacher background. And now as he is re-employed as a government teacher again, so his monthly salary is around 95,000, so which makes it more than 11 lakhs for an year. And my mother, she's giving home tuitions, so she'll be getting approximately 3 lakhs per annum. And moreover, both of them, they have 15 lakhs of 15 lakhs of FD respectively, as in my dad have 15 lakh and my mom have 15 lakhs of FD.
So your parents would be sponsoring your studies?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know what are the living costs in Australia?
Yes, ma'am. It's $21,041.
Thank you again. This brings us to the end of the interview. Is there anything that you would like to ask me today?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. I would like to know that, when can I hear back from the university again?
Sure. So I will submit the interview report to the admissions team today. Allow 2 working days for them to revert with an update.
Thank you so much.